Moving to Washington, the Senate Majority Leader says he does not have the votes yet to block Democrats from calling witnesses in President Trump's impeachment trial. Some Republicans are reacting to reports of new allegations from former National Security Advisor John Bolton. Nancy Cordes is on Capitol Hill for us. Nancy, good morning. This does not sound like good news for the White House, but how bad is it?
Well, they're increasingly concerned, Tony. One senior administration official who's been deeply involved in impeachment strategy put it at DEFCON 2. The White House now has just a couple of days to try to limit the number of Republicans who cross party lines.
They can't win an election, so they're trying to steal an election. It's not happening, folks. It's not happening.
Stumping in New Jersey, President Trump said he wasn't worried about the battle in Washington, but overnight, his former national security advisor was clearly on his mind. As Mr. Trump tweeted, "Why didn't John Bolton complain about this nonsense a long time ago?" His comments came after his legal team wrapped up 3 days of opening arguments.
But they want to make it impeachable if it's just the wrong idea inside the president's head.
They urged the jury to ignore new revelations from the president's former national security advisor, who, according to the New York Times, writes in an upcoming book that the president did condition aid to Ukraine on investigations into the Bidens.
Are you going to allow proceedings on impeachment to go from a New York Times report about someone that says what they hear is in a manuscript?
But it has had an impact. Republican senators met for a frank talk Tuesday about the way forward. That's where Senate Leader Mitch McConnell told his colleagues that they don't yet have the votes to block witness testimony.
It is very likely that I'm going to conclude that, yes, we do need to hear from witnesses.
Many Republicans still insist that's a waste of time.
That gets us into this endless cycle and this drags on for weeks and months in the middle of a presidential election.
Some have suggested simply allowing senators to read Bolton's book in a secure room.
It's not good enough. There is no substitute for a witness speaking under oath to the senators.
One notable Republican now coming to Bolton's defense, former White House Chief of Staff John Kelly, who says he believes John Bolton. The Q&A portion of this trial gets underway in just a few hours. Senators will be able to write down their questions to the House managers or the president's defense on these cards. That Q&A will go on for 2 days with a vote on witnesses likely to take place on Friday. Gayle?
All right, Nancy, you have another interesting day in Washington. Thank you very much.